How much rent can you afford in New York City? And the answer to this question is the main reason that we have a housing affordability issue in New York City. If this is your first time seeing me, my name is Alia Mohammed. I'm the co-founder of Open Igloo, and I share tips and info on renting in New York City, so be sure to give us a follow. What you need to do is calculate your household income, the income that every single person in your household makes in an entire year before taxes. So use the gross number, don't use the after-tax number. Once you have that number, you want to divide it by 40. This is the rent that you can afford. And I put that in quotes because a lot of New Yorkers spend more than a 40th of their annual income on rent because of how expensive housing is here. But typically landlords want to see that you make 40 times the rent. So let's just say that your household income is $70,000 a year. That's actually close to the median income of New York. 70,000 divided by 40 is $1,750. The rent that you can afford is $1,750 per month. The only problem is that there are very few apartments that are actually priced in that range. So what that tells us is that the majority of New Yorkers can't, on paper, afford rent in the city. And that's because wage growth and increases have not kept pace with how fast and steep rents have been going up over the past few decades. So if you're a single person in New York City and you're making $70K a year, you could probably partner up with a roommate and find a decent apartment where you're each paying $1,750. But the situation really changes if you have kids, if you're not able to work full time, if you're elderly, if you're disabled. And this is why New York City needs a comprehensive housing plan so that we can add more housing to the market. And at the same time, keep rents within a reasonable range that average New Yorkers can actually afford them. Drop your questions in the comments. I think I'll make a part 2 and share some thoughts on why I think New York hasn't actually been able to solve this.